Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your math class. Our lesson for today is lesson 13-3, Write Numerical Expressions, textbook pages 747 until 752. Our objective is to write simple expressions that show calculations with numbers. Okay, so are you ready? But before that, please prepare the following. So you must have your math textbook, your pen, and paper. Solve the exercises. Okay, before we go to the lesson proper, let us have a quick review. So what are numerical expressions? So numerical expressions are mathematical sentences that involve only numbers and one or more operations. For example, 5 plus 6. 5 plus 6 is a numerical expression since you have here numbers that are 5 and 6 and one operation which is addition. 8 times 9 minus 10 is another example. The numbers here that you can see are of course 8, 9, and 10 and operations that are multiplication and subtraction. And then we have another example, 23 minus 6 plus 18. The numbers are 23, 6, and 18, and the operations that we use here are subtraction and addition. So basically, what is a numerical expression? So in numerical expression, you will only see numbers that is having one or more than one operations. So what are those operations once again? So we have 4 operations. Those are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, don't worry. You can solve all numerical expressions if you take note of the following. You must follow the order of operations. What is that order of operations? That is the PEMDAS rule. What is PEMDAS rule? So P is the first letter in the PEMDAS rule that stands for parenthesis. E for exponent, M for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, and S for subtraction. Okay, so that is the PEMDAS rule. So let us start answering the exercises in the textbook. Let's answer textbook page 747.
A baker packages 12 cupcakes to a box. Sean orders 5 boxes for his sister's graduation party and 3 5/10 boxes for the variety show party. Write an expression that shows the calculations you could use to find the number of cupcakes Sean orders.
Okay, so the problem is saying that there are 12 cupcakes in a box. Sean orders 5 boxes and another 3.5 boxes. So the question is for us to write the expression that we can use to find the number of cupcakes Sian orders. So here, let us first understand the problem. So it's saying that in one box there are 12 cupcakes. So meaning if we have 2 boxes, meaning you will say 2 times 12 equals 24. So you will be having 24 cupcakes in 2 boxes. What if you have 3 boxes? So that means 3 times 24 is equal to 36, meaning to say you have 36 cupcakes in 3 boxes. So what is the solution for this problem? So it means that the number of cupcakes inside one box will be multiplied by the number of boxes that he bought. So in this problem, he bought 5 boxes and another 3.5 boxes. So meaning to say, we are going to find first how many boxes he had bought in all. So at first, he bought 5 plus, and means plus, and another 3.5 boxes. So we need to answer this first. We need to find first how many boxes he had bought in all to find or to multiply that number of boxes to 12. So meaning to say, we need to do it first. So we need to put it inside a parenthesis. According to your previous lesson on PEMDAS, when you say parenthesis, if the numbers are inside the parentheses, meaning you will solve this first. Okay, so after solving for the total number of boxes that he bought, then you can multiply it by 12. So that's it. This is the expression that you can use to solve this problem. The first thing is, again, add the total number of boxes, put the numbers inside the parentheses because we are going to do it first according to the order of operations, and the answer here, which is of course 8.5, will be multiplied by 12. So I hope you understand this problem. Okay, so we are on page 747. The same problem we discussed a while ago. So our solution was the quantity 5 plus 3.5 times 12. Again, what is this numerical expression means? So it means that we first need to find the total number of boxes that he bought, which are 5 and 3.5, and the total number of boxes will then be multiplied by 12, which is the number of cupcakes inside a box. So here, order of operation tells us that we must perform the operations inside the parentheses first. So 5 plus 3.5 will be 8.5. Then multiply it by 12, so it will give us 102. Meaning Cian orders 102 cupcakes in all. Okay, so let's have another example. Write a different expression to model Cian's order. Evaluate both expressions to check that they are equivalent. How many cupcakes does Cian order? So again, our numerical expression a while ago was 5 plus 3.5 times 12. So our answer was 102 cupcakes. So we are going to make another numerical expression that is equivalent to this expression that we already wrote. So what will be that expression equivalent to this? So since you see here numbers inside the parenthesis and the number outside the parenthesis, which is times 12, we can use a property here. That property is called as the distributive property. What is the meaning of distributive property? Distributive property means that the number outside the parenthesis, which is times 12, will be multiplied to the numbers inside the parenthesis. So in this case, this is 12 times 5, and also 12 will be multiplied by 3.5. Again, what is this property? This is distributive property of multiplication over addition. So what will be the new numerical expression? So this numerical expression will be equal to the quantity 5 plus times 12 plus 3.5 times 12. Why is it that we used addition in between the products of these two numbers? Addition because inside the parenthesis, you see the operation is addition. So we will follow the same. So what will be the value of this numerical expression? So 5 times 12 is 60 plus 42, because that is the product of 3.5 times 12. So what will be the answer? So it is 102. So we have the same value with the numerical expression that we solved a while ago. So here, let's have the next page.
How can you write a numerical expression to record calculations? Let's look at an example. The school auditorium has 546 seats on the main floor and 102 in the balcony. Every seat is filled for all of the variety show performances. Write an expression that shows the calculations you could use to determine how many tickets were sold. How many performances are there? How do you know? There are 4 performances. The performances are listed on the poster. Think about how you would calculate the total number of tickets. Add 546 plus 102 to find the total number of seats. Then multiply by the number of performances, 4. So you need to write a numerical expression that represents find 4 times the sum of 546 and 102. Why do you multiply the sum by 4? The number of performances, 4, times the number of tickets sold for each performance, the sum, equals the total number of tickets sold. Use numbers and symbols to write the numerical expression. The sum of 546 and 102 is 546 plus 102. To find 4 times the sum, multiply by 4.
Remember, parentheses show which calculation to do first.
The expression 4 times the quantity 546 plus 102 shows the calculations for the number of tickets sold. Why do you put parentheses around the sum? The parentheses show which calculation to do first. You need to add first to find the number of seats sold at each performance. If you multiply 4 by 546 and then add 102, you are finding just the main section tickets sold for all 4 performances, plus the tickets sold in the balcony for 1 performance. Now you know how to write a numerical expression to record calculations.
Okay, so we are on page 748. Two students wrote different expressions to find the total number of tickets sold. Is their work correct? Explain. So here we have the same problem, but we have here two students who wrote their numerical expressions. We have Martin. He says that the numerical expression is the quantity 4 times 546 plus the quantity 4 times 102. And for Ashley, it is 4 times 546 plus 102. Okay, so let's review the given in the problem. So we have here the main floor seats, which is having 546 seats, the balcony seats, that is having 102 seats, and the number of performances was 4. So the task is to write the numerical expression that will determine the number of tickets sold. So the solution was 546 plus 102 times 4. 546 plus 102 was written inside the parentheses because it means we must first find the total number of seats in the main floor and in the balcony. And the total number of seats will be multiplied by the number of performances, which is 4. Okay, so let's try another way of solving that problem. So we have here, we can focus on the main floor seats first. So in the main floor seats, there is 546 seats, and the number of performances was 4. So we can say that in the main floor, we can find the total number of tickets sold by multiplying 546 times 4. Okay, so that is the first step. The next step, we can go to the balcony seats, which is 102 seats, and the number of performances that are 4. So here, in the balcony, the total number of seats will be solved by multiplying the number of seats, that is 102, and the number of performances, that is 4. So how can you find the total number of tickets in the main floor and in the balcony? So of course, you just need to add the product of the main floor tickets and the balcony tickets. So what will be the numerical expression that we can write using what was the plan that we had a while ago? So that is the quantity 546 times 4 added with the quantity 102 times 4. So now this is our expression that we made. Okay, so as we can see, Martin has the same numerical expression with what we had. So meaning Martin is correct. So what about Ashley? Ashley's numerical expression is 4 times 546 plus 102. Is she correct? So here, let's try to check what is her numerical expression. So she said that it is 4 times 546, so meaning that is the number of performances multiplied to the seats in the main floor, added with 102, which is the seats in the balcony. So meaning this numerical expression that Ashley made is wrong.